Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do start, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. We had Izuku. Izuku, he saw his dead father again. He was training with Ra's al Ghul, and he's made a lot of progress. Ra's al Ghul decided to give Deku a bit of a reward. Deku was given a serum that put him in a near-death state. He spoke to his father, and he even talked a bit more about a few things. Deku, he was given a gift, and then he was brought back to the land of the living. And Deku, he was definitely put in a bit of a situation. Lady Shiva, she kissed him, and she attempted to take things a bit further with Izuku. However, Deku, he kind of brushed her off. Right now he has a few things to handle. He went to go see Barbara to see how she was doing, and he also checked in on Dick Grayson, who has been brought back by the Lazarus Pit. Now, Deku, he does not sit there. It's been a few days, and he's got a lot to say, a lot to do. And right now there actually is a screaming. The screaming which has been going on for several days, several nights. It finally dies out completely. It's finally gone. It's been quiet in there for an hour. And Deku, he does still wonder, is Dick gonna be okay? I mean, he's probably asleep right now, so that's fine. I'll be up again in a few hours. Though, sitting here and meditating, it's definitely given him a lot to think about? Focus on, or rather not. Jesus. Yeah. Dear old dad. Seeing him again. He honestly hasn't thought about him in years. He kinda feels bad. He doesn't visit Dad's grave. He doesn't visit Mom's either. The mom sorta just gave up. That's how he saw it. Shit. The Allcast. They're definitely who he needs to search for next. I mean, they sound impossible to find, but maybe Zatanna can locate them. Dr. Fate? Okay. He needs to get Dick Grayson back in order. Back in working order. So hopefully... No. Should he go in there again? I mean, last time it didn't work either, so will it work this time? Well, he's chained up, so he can't rush him, but he needs to be careful not to get so close again. That definitely won't end well. That being on his mind. Him going to actually stand. Him going to walk down to the end of the hallway. And go to pick up a bucket. Him going to walk out of the base. A few people to go to see him. And Deku, he does go to the nearest pond. Him going to actually bend down and bring out his knife. Him going to run it along the pond as he does a trace out a piece. Him going to put the knife down to his side, pull back his fist, and smash down into the water. As he is going to pull it back, him going to bring his hand back down as he hears a sound behind him. Him going to actually somewhat stay still, freezing. I'm going to listen. As he does go to turn around and see, interesting. I'm going to stand there. Him going to switch the grip on his knife, spinning it around. And Deku does stand there. Now, Deku does stare at the animal right in front of him. It going to freeze and fixate its gaze directly on him. And Deku, he does go stare at the cougar. That is giving him problems. So now he's got more of them. Anyways, Deku, he actually does go to somewhat bend down a bit. And then when he does, the cougar is going to rush towards him. And Deku, he has to throw himself forwards. Him going to bring up his left hand and going to throw an uppercut. As the moment he does going to throw the fist out, The cat is struck directly across the head. Deku going to actually bring his hand up towards its throat and throw the knife out forwards. The cougar going to actually throw its claws out directly onto Izuku. It digging them directly into his chest, as Deku already does, going to stab it up into the heart, him pinning the thing down and forcing it to the ground. As the cougar, it does go to slowly fade. And Deku, he was going to pull the knife backwards. Him going to bring his hand up to his chest. He'll be fine. Though all this for a fucking bucket of water. I'm gonna walk back over. Him going to bend down and grab the bucket. Going to fill it up as he actually gonna bring his hand down. Him putting it into the water and going to think, yeah, that's cold enough. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna walk over and grab the animal by the scruff of its neck. Him going to drag it back to the base. And a few people are going to see Deku. They see him bring this thing inside. And he is actually going to turn and toss it onto the ground. Hamlet's going to yell out, if someone wants to turn this in, they can. He's not dealing with it right now. I'm going to turn and walk away. And a few people, they do actually turn and see Deku, looking at the animal that only has one wound inside of its body. And Izuku, he is going to head out. As right now he is going to go back to Dick Grayson. Him going to pull open the door and walk in. Grayson sitting there against the wall, and in chains, as Izuku tries to throw the bucket onto him. Dick, feeling the sharp cold, sting his entire body. Him also going to jump up awake and alert, gasping for air. Huh? What, Bruce? Thank God. Huh? Who? What happened? Bruce! I remember Bruce and... Hey. I'm actually going to step forwards, setting down the bucket and bringing his hands up. Him pulling Dick into a hug, and telling him, Hey, they're all fine. Listen, hey, you're alive. I'm alive? Yeah. I was not going to step backwards, telling him. He's going to tell him this quite simply, and it's going to be a bit trippy. He died, and he got brought back. Huh? The same way you did? I'm gonna be a killer. A psycho. I'm gonna be Dick. Listen. You're gonna suffer from Lazarus madness. It's been over a month. A month? I've been dead for a month? No. You've been alive for 2 weeks, I think, but suffering the effects of Lazarus madness. You were dead for 2 weeks. How am I alive? Deku actually gonna bring out down his hand and grab the key, unlocking Dick and telling him. It's kinda simple. Or, well, he'll tell him how he died, but he's alive because of the Lazarus pit, like he said. He died because Bruce used heat vision on him. Deku going to bring his hand down, talking about it. Dick looking down and seeing a scar. Whoa. He actually killed me. Yeah. If it makes you feel better, he killed me too. He also killed Tim, Harper, and Duke. Barbara. She's alive, Dick, but... Listen. If I take you to see her right now, you gotta promise me one thing. What is it? You're suffering from Lazarus madness. You're gonna be going through a few episodes. The best way I can describe it is, well, a very, very intense panic attack. It's more like you're suffering from PTSD, but a lot worse. How can it be worse than that? Because if you lose too much focus, you'll go insane. And trying to calm you down, it could kill a normal person. But guess what? You want to know some perks of being brought back from the dead? Increased durability and increased strength. Along with that, you kind of become immune to a few things. Immune? To what? I still get sick sometimes, but hey, it's not that bad. Though, I'm immune to Joker gas and fear toxin, but that's probably for different reasons. Listen, just just know that you're a lot stronger, or yeah, stronger and more durable. Though you're not able to block bullets. Though that's not the main issue. Main issue? You just told me almost everyone died. And Barbara's. Is she in the. Oh, God, I don't even want to imagine. Come on. I'm going to turn and walk away. And Dick is going to follow. Him feeling his heart thump in his chest. And he also is going to hear a few things. And, oh God. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Dick is going to turn. And see Dick. He throws himself against the wall. And he's hearing the voices. It brings him down to his knees. And Deku, he actually had to drop down and pull Dick into a hug. And I'm trying to tell him, shut up. Just tell them to remain calm. Dick, you're going to need to train this. Trust me. Him trying to fight Deku and get away from him. Hey, come on. Just shut up and calm down. I can't. I can't. She's alive. She's not hurt. She is? What about Starfire? I don't know. She might be in the House of Mysteries right now. Just, come on. Right. Dick being pulled back to his feet. And he does remain quiet. The two walking through the halls. The place looks like a maze to him. But Deku, he's navigating it with familiarity. With precision. Or precision. And familiarity. It's so weird. A maze to him, but home to Deku. And they finally do get a step into a room. Dick could actually turn his head and bolt over. Him throwing his hands onto the bed, yelling about how he's happy to see her alive. And Barbara actually is going to look up at Dick. Him going to look a lot more alive. And she's going to bring her hands up. Her going to bringing them up to try and reach out for Dick. However, she looks dead in the eyes. And Dick immediately realizes what happened. Whatever Batman put her through was horrifying. Whatever happened after. Oh God. Her actually bringing her hands up to his face, moving them around in heat, an actual person. Her still gonna smile and throw herself in a Dick. Her crying and at least talking about how she missed him. And Dick doesn't watch on. She's getting better. He has to remember that. She's getting better. I'm going to turn and walk away. I'll give them some time alone. God knows he needs to radio in. Deku can actually walk to the stairs, walking up them and going to walk outside. I'm going to look around. There's a lot happening. A lot of things out there. A lot of animals, but also people. A lot of threats. He's okay. Right. Remain calm and just be careful. Remain calm and be careful. Okay, Izuku. I'm going to bring the communicator up to his ear. Hello? Checking in. Hello. This is Failsafe. How are things? The League has been in order. And we have been trying to hunt down the Batman. But there have been difficulties. How so? Is anyone else dead? Well, there have been minimal casualties as of late. However, it is concerning to us. Minimal? Yes. But there is a situation. We've been searching for him. And we believe that we found evidence of a problem. Not one that is a variable to be predicted. A problem? Yes. The mascara. They have heard rumors of Wonder Woman's downfall, and we don't have a body to bring back to them. They are requesting a corpse. And they're either asking for that or knowledge as to her whereabouts. We can't tell them that she fell in combat to Bruce. Not only a known human, but possibly the fact that he had a failsafe against her. Something to take her down in case she went rogue. The Mascara, they are warriors. They understand preparing for an inevitability. However, acting on it without mercy and no remorse, that I feel like they will be against. So the Mascara needs Wonder Woman. Either alive or dead. Correct. And I do not know what to do. What do you mean? I have a plan going according. However, things have been treacherous. Things have not been easy. The Batman who laughs, I believe, there is a 99.98% variable where he does not know I exist. He is unaware as to many things. Right now, I am talking to you directly through the network's comms. I have been doing so for a period of time. The Batman who laughs may not be able to detect me, but I cannot fully understand if he can. If he has spotted me, then many things may be done. If he has not, then I am still safe. My backup is still stored on the Justice League computer, and that does mean a lot. I've done quite a bit to try and hide from him, but I also do fear what might happen if he finds me. I understand that. Listen, any chance you can get Zatanna on the line? I'll contact her now. While I am doing that, is there anything else you need to report in? Yeah. Dick is recovered from the Lazarus madness, and Barbara is slowly but steadily recovering from her psychosis. I see. Anything else as of late? Yeah, actually, you said that Bruce had a therapy mode put in you, right? I did say this, yes. Would you like to access some transmissions from Bruce? What's the likelihood of me asking or answering yes to that question, based on Bruce's output and late data? Data lately suggests that there is less than a 20% chance that you would ask me these questions, let alone ask the question about me asking you. That question is about a 2% chance, and there are variables less than that if you to continue with this further prodding of asking questions or line of questioning. What? You are asking too many questions on a too emotional basis level, not with rage, however, with genuine sorrow. Is there something that you would like to access? I wanted to know, did Bruce ever think he was going to go insane? Accessing. Izuku. Deku is staring up. Listen, it's Bruce. I'm re-uploading this to the back computer. If anything is to happen in the event of my death, then do understand. I knew what the crusade was about. I don't know what took me out, but a number of things have happened and led me to that point. Do understand. Whatever I did, I either did it myself or I could not control. It could be both, or it could be neither. If I died in an accident, do understand. It was just that. Out of your control and unable to control. An event that was destined to happen. Sadly, even some fates are sealed. They are not permanent, however. I know that much. I've asked the question time and time again. The Flash told me one thing before. They were staring up. Him looking out to the vast white mountain around him, and just to feel the cold kiss at his skin. Bruce Wayne going to say, there are a ton of things that have happened in his life. Fates are sealed and fates can be undone. But most importantly, fates can also change. sometimes they can't. Flash told him about Flashpoint, where he went back in time and tried to save his mother. But it didn't work. What he did caused a worse future, and the fate of his mother, or the fate of the world, he had to choose. He chose to carry the burden of knowing he could have stopped his mother's death. He did, and he changed the future. But there's a problem. That simple ripple in time caused a boom throughout everything. The way events unfolded changed. So, do understand. If he wants to blame somebody, he can try to rationally blame Barry Allen. In the event that Barry Allen is dead, however, do understand. Barry tried to do what anyone would do with those powers. Do not feel hate towards the man. Do not feel angry. Even time can fuck people over. I mean, the patches of it messes with people. Maybe he got old and slipped up. He was a little bit more tired. He never tells anyone about this, but truthfully, he believes that one day he will retire. And while Dick might take on the mantle, or Tim, Izuku, he just needs to find peace. He needs to find a way to just put down the weapons and just do the right thing. And Deku, he does listen to that. That part feels like a knife to his heart because he knows he can't do that. Bruce knows that too. And it does continue on. It spouts off a little bit more philosophy. And Deku is going to sit there. As, after a few minutes to pass by, he finds out her part he's been waiting to hear. He knew Bruce would account for. It's just what Batman would account for. And Bruce does continue on, expressing. In the event that Deku, he finally did something good. In the event that Izuku, he is the good man in the situation, and he is the bad man. He is the evil one. In the event that he ever can't set down the guns, he would entrust Izuku to kill him, to pick them up one more time and kill Bruce Wayne. He knows that it might be tough for Izuku to do. He knows what he's done for him over the years. But remember, he'll do anything to achieve his goal. He'll use plans to kill the League. He will probably be insane. He'll probably do something bad. And, if he's truly lost it, he might gain access to the Platinum Kryptonite. He might override every security code he has, take down the tower, and do a lot there. But that's just it. In the event that he's done all of that, do know, Izuku, he needs to find something quite simple. He needs to find a way to stop him. Maybe a kryptonite bullet, or maybe the Hellbat suit. Deku doesn't want to listen. And Bruce does continue on. The Hellbat suit will do quite a bit of good for him. It will help him. And Izuku, he ultimately believes that he might not be the best one to wear the suit, but he'll get the job done. But he's also concerned about that. Izuku will need to recover afterwards. Put down the suit and keep it off. That would be his final request to him. Kill Bruce Wayne and take off that damn suit. Maybe live his life. Maybe just settle down and try to find peace. That would be his last wish from the sane Bruce Wayne. Don't let him get into his head. Though he probably does already understand that. And right now the transmission is going to end. And Deku doesn't going to sit there. I'm still wishing to hear the voice of a man who raised him. As failsafe, he does just want sit there. Him continuing on with his journey. As he does get to pilot the craft away. It going to swim through the water. Now, with that being said, there actually is over with Lady Shiva. Shiva, she had quite a few things going through her head, a few things on her mind. And Izuku. Izuku definitely was doing quite a bit. He had Dick Grayson alive, and she saw him. Definitely a boy wonder. Though, not her boy wonder. She was quite intrigued to know what was going through his head. And Deku, he just sat there. Him looking out. It's peaceful. I'm going to turn, hearing someone. You know, you can't sneak up on an assassin. Can't blame a girl for trying. Him going to spin around. Him going to stretch and go to get up, asking her, what does she want? Izuku, we both know that that's a dumb question. Maybe. But you've got to know. I'm still holding out for Barbara. No. She'll recover. But she can't do this anymore. You think so? She hasn't been through. She hasn't died, and she hasn't had it rough in the early years to have a thick enough skin. I believe that she'll recover, but I think she should retire from field work. Why? You saw her break? That's not it. I don't know what Batman will do to her. I'm worried about her, and I want to keep her safe. After what she witnessed, she'll snap. There's only one person left who I know can help her, and if I bring her to him, I feel like I'll walk into his plan. If he knows I'm alive and he knows Dick's alive and he knows that she's alive, he'll capture Jim Gordon. He'll kill him in front of her. And she'll just snap again. She'll finally go catatonic. Probably take her own life. I don't know if she can handle that. I've seen enough evil to stomach it. She hasn't. She's seen evil. But she hasn't been exposed to it like me. Not even Tim or Dick have. So you're saying that Bruce knows true evil. I'm saying he is evil now. And that's the problem. I don't know if he'll turn her father into another Joker and release him on her or what. But I just know he'll do something. I want to bring him here, but I want to keep her safe and keep him safe. You say that, yes, but what about her? What about her thoughts on the matter? I don't know if she is in the right mind to make a decision like that right now. Let her decide. She was getting awfully friendly with Dick. You know, when you say things like that, I really don't know how to talk to you. I was talking about Grayson. But perhaps that might happen later for them. You know, Shiva, sometimes talking to you is easy because you're serious, and other times you try and pull flirtatious tactics like that. If you're trying to make me jealous to influence my decision making, it's not working. Is it not? No. I will tell you though. Tell me what? Lately, I don't know. It's just I've been thinking, and after everything that happened with my, I guess, vision or meeting with a dead man, I don't know. I've had a lot to think about. You have? Yeah. I I think about my dad, and I feel like I've forgotten about him. I never really visited him a lot after he died. I never once went to him. I think in the whole time I was in Gotham, I focused on the living, the bad guys. Did you? I did. I I don't know. I'm feeling remorse for certain actions, but others I don't. You're making peace with yourself. Am I? Him staring at Shiva. Her gonna step forwards. Her going to bring her hands up. Deku bringing his hands out and grabbing onto hers, telling her, okay, no, they're stopping that right there. Hmm? I was just gonna say, you need to tend to these. Her bringing her hands up and onto the wounds that are in Deku's outfit, talking about how these may get infected. And if he was dealing with an animal, then it definitely will be infected. Though she can tell him that she does have medical supplies in her room. Tempting, but purely a medical visit. Promise? You have my curiosity. Of what? What did this? Wound is right here on this side, not too bad, but the other side, it's definitely gonna scar. Her bring her hand up. Her running it along a claw mark. Her mentioning it. Looks to be a mountain lion. A big cat of some kind. Yeah. Anyways, you done? Possibly. Follow me. We're gonna turn and walk away. And Deku, he wants to not do that, but he does need to tend to this. And the League, yeah, you know what? I'll just get this over with. I'm gonna walk away. And right now, Deku, him and Shiva do head to her room. And Deku, he does currently gonna sit down. Her going to pull out a first aid kit. Going to open it up and pull out a few things. Her pulling out a blowtorch, and right now going to actually heat up a needle. Her running the flame along it, and I'm going to turn and set it down. Her going to tell Izuku, things will be done soon. Just needs to let that cool for a second, and put the thread through the needle. Afterwards, they can get things properly set up, and stitch them up properly. Though, this shirt needs to go. And Deku, he does understand. Him bringing his hands down and pulling it up. Him going to at least ask Shiva a few questions while she does do her work. Her pouring alcohol on the wounds, and Deku, he doesn't flinch. And Shiva does start to get to work. Her at least trying to ask Deku questions about Barbara. She just wants to know how the girl has been doing. She knows that she was definitely resilient, but apparently Bruce pushed a lot. And that is a problem. Shiva wants to understand where the League might be, what position they might be in or forced to be in. And that is the main problem. The Batman Who Laughs has not done anything to the League. Granted, they have moved locations, but the Lazarus Pit is still their biggest concern. They were able to take enough of its water, and that right now is effective. There are other pits out there, ones that they have found. Though additional locations like that, right now they're being kept on high alert. If anything happens, they'll move to a different location. If anything happens at one location, they will abandon this one for a more secretive place. One that doesn't have the Lazarus Pit. So, it definitely will put tension on the League, because Ra's al Ghul will feel like a mortal man once more. So, while that is currently happening, Shiva does keep that in the back of her mind. Her not really caring about that at the moment, as she is going to focus on the man in front of her. And Deku, he does talk about Barbara. Barbara wants to quit. She doesn't want anything to do with this anymore. Meanwhile, he wants to keep going. And that's his main issue. Barbara has had her few moments of clarity. She sounds completely insane. Other times she sounds completely sane. And he's not too sure what to focus on. She was frantic at once. She was panicky. One time she just flat out screamed at him, and he had to go away. The doctor said he had to leave. So there's that. You believe that she's lost her cool? Her way? I do. Though I don't really know what her and Dick are doing right now. And you are not jealous. Were they not together at some point? They were. But she told me that that was behind her and him. A long time ago, you know. Hmm. Sure. A long, long time ago. Yet they still act professional, they still work together, and they still share the same secrets. And my expertise, people who tend to share secrets tend to be closer and close knit, sort of like the League. There are families here that go back generations, and many of them have been here for a long, long time. Granted, they've been specially selected for a few things. I'm aware of the bloodlines of the League. I'm aware of my own. So if you have anything else to say that's trying to get me jealous, you can say it. You've mastered your anger well. Oh, thanks, I guess. It's quite strange to see you calm. Though, I do have to ask. Her going to actually bring her hand up, moving to the other side. You definitely have been through a lot of fights. Does Joker still not bother you? He's not as much of a sore spot, I guess. So you have moved on. Her actually going to bring her hand up, and onto a scar on Deku's shoulder. Him reminiscing about how he got that. The Joker walking up. Him holding up a hacksaw and asking Izuku a question, making a shitty pun, and then going to get to work, wondering how much he can work through before Deku passed out. And Deku, he does somewhat go to shake a bit, thinking about that. He remembers it with vivid clarity. Not a very fun perk of torture, especially years worth. And Deku, Marina does somewhat shake a bit. There actually was Lady Shiva put her hand back. Her actually somewhat surprised that Deku had a reaction. And Deku doesn't going to turn to her. You know, just give me the blowtorch and I can close this all up. Burn 'em closed, not stitch 'em. You'll need stitches. Burns will make it worse. Flesh will, flesh will sear, skin will peel. Then, infection might actually take more place. Burning the skin off will cause problems. It will blister. And then it will boil. Huh. I think you just mean it will blister. I'll be fine. You will not. Though, the claw marks on this side are a bit deeper. It was definitely fierce. You shifted. Yeah, I did. How did it go down? A single blow, but just get to work. Fine, fine. Her gonna stitch Deku up, and continuing to somewhat try to antagonize him. She's flirty. But Deku, he actually head out to see Barbara. He was more concerned. He wanted to see what Dick was up to, and he was curious. And Dick, he was definitely up to a few things. He never left Barbara's side. And Barbara, she sat there just a bit more responsive. Whenever Deku walked in, he sat down and found that she was properly responsive. But she had a few things to tell Izuku. When it comes to being a superhero and part of the Bat family, she wants out. She's done. No more superhero. She doesn't want to be a part of this anymore. She's done. And Deku, he understood. He told her that he got it. And he gets it. But Barbara then asked him the question, is he gonna quit? No. Why not? Why not? Bruce needs us to kill him. No, he doesn't. We need to just hide. He'll kill both of you again. Just, please, just hide. Barbara, I actually agree with Izuku on this. Why? You hate him. I don't I don't hate him, I just don't understand him. But I guess I got a little bit more of a sense of him. I appreciate that, Dick. No worries. You can't seriously be thinking about going along with this. Izuku, please. Just come back to Gotham with me. Barbara, I can't. Why? I started this whole thing. Bruce turned into this because I wanted the Joker dead. The Joker's dead, and now he's the Joker. I know the problem, but I just I need to do a few things, and I know you'll hate me for this, but I want you to understand. We need. It still makes me fucking angry to think about it. We need to bring back an actual Joker. There are ashes in the Batcave, and if we bring one back, we can work with him. Nobody's planning. You, you would. No, Izuku, no. Barbara, we need to. No. If you do that, we're through. Barbara. No, Izuku, I'm making things quite clear. I am setting a boundary and a line. You you plan to bring him back after what he did to me? Barbara, I don't like it either. But he's the best bet we got at knowing what he's planning. You're actually gonna go through with this. Izuku, that is a terrible idea. I know. I understand that, but we need to. The moment I realize I'm getting so angry. I cannot talk. Okay. The moment Joker realizes Batman went insane, he's not going to want to work with him. He'll want to work against him. There always has to be a balance. He'll be proud of Batman, sure, but he'll work with us because he wants Batman to be the one trying to uphold some moral code. But we can't uphold it. There's always a Batman and a Robin. There's always a Batman and a Joker. There's always a Superman and a Lex Luthor. And I know what I'm about to do is probably the craziest thing I've thought about since I've died twice. Izuku. Dick, can you take me back to Gotham? We're not going to talk about this more. There's nothing to talk about. Grayson, just please. The House of Mystery. What? Your father's there. He's hiding from Batman there. Take her to the House of Mystery, Dick. I'll call for someone. And Barbara, I don't want to hear a fucking excuse. Got it. You plan to do this and go against what I want. I still love you, but fucking fuck you, Izuku. Her going to actually try and climb out of bed. Grayson going to help her stand to her feet, as she actually is somewhat carried away. Her limping because of how long she's been laying there, motionless. And Deku doesn't want to sit there. Him going to actually stand and going to walk away. There's a lot of things in his mind. And later, Lady Shiva does find Izuku. Izuku is training in the training room. And Deku, he is throwing his fist against the training dummy. The training dummy, it finally does gets it flung across the room, ripping open. And Deku, he's angry. Very angry. Him watching the dummy fly into the wall and smack into it, breaking more as Deku does a rush forwards. Him in a bit of a blind graze, smashing his fist towards the dummy and punching it directly into the wall. Deku going to throw back his fist again, smashing it outwards again over and over. Deku just punching away at the wall over and over. And Shiva does it to watch on. Izuku losing control. Izuku, no. And there actually is Izuku. He's throwing his fist out over and over. There is a war in his mind. Bringing back the Joker is the last thing he wants to do. Undoing putting a psychopath in the fucking dirt. It turns his stomach something fierce. And the idea that he's gonna draw breath again. Deku throwing his fist out, blood flying into his face, pulling it backwards and smashing the other fist outwards. The idea of it pisses him off something fierce. Deku is smashing into the wall. As the brick does it a crack, and Deku's gonna pull his fist backwards. Him about to throw his fist out forwards again, as Shiva does gonna bring her hand up. Her grabbing on Deku's wrist and is gonna turn. Him throwing his fist outwards to attack her. And Shiva does a dodge backwards. Her going to dodge the next strike from Izuku. Him actually going to start freeze mid-strike. What do you want? You're angry. Of course I am. Of course I am. Yeah. There it is. Would you like to accompany for me? Little nervous. Would you like to accompany me for a drink tonight? Just a drink? We'll see where the night goes. Against my better judgment, why the hell not? Now, with that being said, Izuku, he does join Shiva. And Shiva does attend to his wounds once more, wrapping up his hands and seeing whether or not he broke a finger. Or anything. Now, with that being said, the two pour glasses. And they do sit there. Deku having the war rage on. The Joker is going to come back to life. That is right now rolling through his mind. He feels the madness creep in. He feels the Lazarus pit try and rip him back into the darkness. Bring his mind to the brink of the insanity he once felt against the Joker. But he fights it. He holds it off. He knows Barbara is going to hate him for, hopefully not ever, but he knows what he's about to do. It's going to be a really, really bad thing. That on Deku's mind. And right now it's one of the last things on his mind, since he is woefully distracted by a beautiful woman and a glass of whiskey. Now, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.